Welcome to Fuck Grammar, the YouTube channel that teaches you how to write better for school, work, and general self-confidence. Today, in episode 14, I'll be using the sentence, "Fuck, that's delicious," to teach you about the interjections. So back in lesson 1, I told you that all complete and correct formal sentences have to have a subject and a predicate to be complete. That's true. But there is a part of speech. We now know 5 parts of speech: nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, and the conjunctions. I'm introducing a 6th part of speech today. It's called the interjection. Fuck. Yeah. Shit. Okay. Motherfucker. Hey. Well. Oh. These are informal ways of writing, using, aw, fuck, shit, hey, well. These are all informal words that we can use to start sentences, or can be kind of like their own sentences, but they're necessarily informal. We only use them, texting, sexting, writing short stories, writing the next great American novel. That's where we put these sorts of words. If we're, showing how someone talks, we use these things all the time, but not in formal writing. If you're writing a college essay, if you're writing a business letter, if you're writing a memo to your boss, I think everybody's here. Thanks for coming in today. We have a message from corporate. They write, "Fuck. What the fuck is John doing there in sales? Is he spending all his time sexting his side chick?" You're writing a memo to your boss or a high school, paper. These are not words that we want to use in any of those formal places where we write. So why should I teach this stuff? Why should you know what these things are? Well, it's sort of like when my father sat me down, I don't know, I was 10 or 11, and he sat me down and he said very seriously, "Son, do not ever masturbate. You'll go blind." Here I am, 10 or 11, I'm like, "Holy shit, Dad, I'll never masturbate." But he didn't tell me what masturbation was. So, for the next, few years, I'd spend a little extra time in the bathroom, and he'd be coming in, "What you doing in there, buddy? You're not masturbating, are you?" And I'd be like, "No, Dad." Because I didn't know what masturbation was. It turns out you don't go blind if you masturbate. I want you to know what these things are so that you can avoid them. Not that you should avoid masturbation, that's fine. I'm not sure if that metaphor made sense. So we can emphasize the interjection by sort of making it look like a pretend sentence with a capital letter and an exclamation mark behind it. Or we can sort of de-emphasize it. Again, this is only for informal writing. We can de-emphasize it by putting a comma after it. Instead of saying, "Well," exclamation mark, "you should kiss me," we might be like, "Well, you should kiss me." Those are, those feel differently depending if it's the exclamation mark or a comma. And the comma's there because "you should kiss," that's the subject predicate. So if there's something in the way of the subject predicate, as we've talked about a couple times previously, we're going to put a comma. That's why it's "well, comma," because there's something in front of the subject predicate. Either way, emphasized or not emphasized, it's diagrammed essentially the exact same way. You have the sentence with the subject predicate, and that little interjection is just floating up. It's sort of off to the side. It doesn't have a grammatical function. It just kind of exists. So in the last lesson on the adverbs, I had a sentence. It was "those fucking fuckers fucked so fucking loudly," where I had 4 fucks in one sentence. And at the end of the lesson, I said that I could add a 5th fuck to that sentence. And I think you know what I'm going to do now. I'm going to take the interjection "fuck" and put it at the beginning of that sentence. And if there's something in the way of the subject predicate, I'm going to put a comma after it. So the sentence now looks like "fuck, comma, those fucking fuckers fucked so fucking loudly." And now we have 5 different parts of speech using the word "fuck" in one sentence. It's a super versatile word, fuck. It's beautiful. There's another word that's super versatile, surprisingly so, I think, the word "so." I showed you in the last lesson also that "so" can be an adverb, not just a conjunction. Well, "so" can also be an interjection. I start a lot of my sentences with and "so." You may catch it sometimes. I try to edit them out, but I start a lot of sentences with "so," and and then I start. Good example. So let's get back to our fuck sentence of this day, which is fuck, that's delicious. Again, it should be easy to see how we diagram this. We just say that fuck sort of bobbles off. It's a little balloon, goes off to the corner, where it just sort of sits there, a little emoji fuck sitting over there. And then we have the rest of the sentence, that's delicious. The contraction has to be opened up to that is delicious. 3 words and you know, a simple sentence, subject, predicate, adjective. All right, that's it. Hope you got something out of that, even if it's only just what not to do in your formal writing. Because interjections are so informal, I'm not going to make a sentence exercise about these on the website. There's nothing really to the interjections. I do have an exciting announcement though. The next lesson, we will finally get to the prepositions, which I'm perhaps more excited about than normal people should be. We'll get to that last to, that last to. What does that mean and how do we use it? They're just super exciting. Prepositions are great. We use them all the time. They're essential for understanding sentence construction. I guess that's it. I'll see you next time with the prepositions. Bye.